with us this last 7 or 8 weeks. It's basically the same sequence. I like the way Henry Akins teaches his systems. We're continually doing the same drill this last 7 weeks, getting to the flattening this knee shield. We're just going to add in one more there. Probably the problem is when we're putting weight on Carl, and again we discussed whether if the knee was here, whether it was in the belly, or whether it was down low at the hip. Yeah, we'll just keep it simple. It's up high because he's looking for the underhook. We need to put weight on Carl. Okay? And I lift my knees off the mat, and now it's just a turn of my body, and I'm dropping my elbow to the mat. And I put weight and pressure on him. If he knows jiu-jitsu, he'll make the triangle on the leg, so caught on half guard. But Henry Akins' way of explaining it is we walk this leg way out. Okay? As if I'm in side control, he just happens to have snagged me. The other thing is I want him carrying my weight. I mean, this looks fine, but it's completely different from this. My elbow's off the mat and my knee's off the mat. If my elbow was on the mat and my left knee's on the mat, any pressure there, Carl?
Nope.
So I just take my elbow off the mat and my knee's off the mat. And that should feel a lot more heavy. But what's Carl what to do from here? He's going to use that underhook, and he's going to stretch out and try to get onto the side. Notice the way when he's getting onto the side, I'm kind of losing the bite of his head. And if he can get his head out, there's a lot of things can happen. So a lot of people were finding it difficult to keep them flat, and they were also getting caught in deep half guard, or getting put in deep half guard. So let's talk about 2 methods on flattening the person out. So if we get to here, right, and we know that we also don't want to be here on his chest level. I'm going to be walking out as if I'm trying to put my lat on Carl's face. I'm on the ball of my foot, my elbow's off the mat. This leg's even stretching out. But now watch, as Carl starts to turn into me, all I'm going to do with my right leg, because I'm trying to go heel toe, heel toe, heel toe to free my knee line. But Carl will track that. See the way he's made the triangle, and he's above my knee, and he's on the side, which is bad for me. So from here, my hands for base, I'm just going to take a step. Okay. From there now, I have him flat, so I can now start working heel toe. As I try to mount, he might stop it, which gives me the underhook. We've already covered this. I bring my head to the other side. I tuck the elbow, but I don't tripod up, because if I tripod up, he can put me back in the guard. Close guard. So, I turn my hip. Yeah, that's all I'm doing. I turn my hip and I put my hip on Carl's, and then I bring my head to the other side. I'm pulling on the elbow, and then I turn my hip up. Okay. Point my toe. From there, walk his hip back, head control, 100 kilos. That again. So, if he makes a more knee shield in the middle, maybe crosses his ankles. So now it's difficult for me to cut that angle. So we talked about how I could just engage my hips, hit it with your belly. Change that angle again. So again, from here, take your time, hands posted for base, get your elbow off the mat. Anytime he turns into you, alarm bells should be ringing. That foot that's planted just takes a big step. Notice the way now he's flat on his back. And I'll be walking heel toe. I can now start to, again, we don't want to do that, we talked about that. He can push my hand behind, that sucks. Hand goes in the hip, I use that as a frame. If he tries to recross again, my elbow or arm over my knee protects it. And then from there I'm starting to mount. As he pushes, he'll give me the underhook. I turn my head to the other side. Notice the way my right knee is pointing towards Car's left hip. I just turn it to his right hip, but I don't come very, very high. Once I'm there, head comes to the other side. Block the elbow, turn your hip up. Looking back. Again. Another thing we can do to flatten him out is underhook this leg. Let's talk about that. So, from our position, make him carry your weight. He'll be framing. Okay? Even he knows I want to hug his head. So when I change the angle, I'll bring my hand inside. Just get chest to chest. Take your time. Walk out. Car's turning onto his side. The minute he does, my right hand comes underneath and I underhook the leg. Okay? When Car's on his right side, I'm going to bring his left knee towards the mat and watch what happens to his left hip. It just goes down. Now I'm extracting my leg. He goes to push. I win the underhook. Head comes to the other side. Turn my hip. Kick it off. Walk it back. We're in. Again. If he's got the knee shield super low this time, from there I will turn my hip on it. So we're here, put my hip on it, and now from there, elbow comes over, and I flatten him out, and he'll probably put me in half guard. So again, take your time, 2 methods. He turns onto the side, I take a big step. He turns onto the side, underhook the leg. Okay, and then from there, flatten him out. More than likely he will re-triangle his leg again. We'll talk on the next move about the other advantages of having an underhook here. But if he doesn't, the other thing we can do is mount. So when we put this into the drill, when I walk up and I get my knee free, and Carl doesn't push on my knee, okay, I'm just coming to the mounted position. If he knows jiu-jitsu, he's pinching his thighs. He hasn't captured my knee, he has captured my foot. This is called quarter guard. So 2 hands come to this side, and then I just use my elbow to turn his head, pinch. Now, Car's got really good control of my foot. Okay, but the minute you put him in that chiropractor's position, he loses that connection on my foot, and then I can just point it and pop it out. Okay, so you're going to drill the 2 methods of flattening him out, along with going to the leg slice pass and making sure that you know all 3 methods of getting past the knee shield: low, middle, and high.